Well, indeed, a pleasant welcome to your evening radio program, Punch Evening right here on Punch 106.7. And of course, it's a marvelous Monday evening. Of course, it's 5 minutes past 4 o'clock, and this is your drive time program. It comes on from 4 to 5:30, and of course, this is where we discuss numerous of issues. Once it hits our decks, we discuss it, plus many more. But it comes with a package. We talk about thought of the day, vocabulary of the day, weather forecast, of course, and a whole lot, like I said. But let's actually look at some of the issues we have on our decks today. As you may be aware, today NEC will be giving its final results when it comes to the just ended run of elections in 2023 presidential elections, as a matter of fact. And we've had some of our reporters posted at the National Elections Commission headquarters. And of course, if you don't know, the president-elect, Ambassador Joseph Newman Boakai, will also be giving a speech today. So we also have a reporter there posted at his house, and yeah, other places. So once the feed comes in, we're going to bring them on screen, and you listen to them on the radio. So if you're following us on the radio, I'd like to say welcome. If you are listening wherever, and if you are following us online, I would like to say join us on Punch TV Live. So my name is Victor Wemh, right here with you. And of course, before we go to our guys who are out there on the field, let's look at our thought of today. And our thought of today says, if you want to achieve success, um, stop asking for permission. So if you actually want to achieve success, stop asking for permission. And our vocabulary word of today pronounces as laissez-faire. Laissez-faire. And laissez-faire refers to an economic policy or doctrine that allows businesses to operate with very little interference from the government. Yeah. So that's our vocabulary word of today. And as you may be aware, it's actually hot out there, and our weather forecast for today is actually 86 degree Fahrenheit, and in Celsius we have 29 degrees with a precipitation of 40%, humidity 93, and of course wind blowing at 13 kilometers per hour. So that's our weather forecast for today. And this is Punch 106.7 if you're just tuning in. And if you are watching us live, this is your program, Punch Evening Ride. It comes on every Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And so before we go to the guys again, like I told people, and I'll always say this, and we will say this on this platform, always and all time. We've now been done with elections, all right? Politics is over, all right? Politics is over, and people have been going out since Friday to do their normal things. Now we've had a president-elect in person of the Ambassador Joseph Newman Boakai, in whom Liberians trusted so much, and then they voted overwhelmingly to make him president today of the nation. And being a president, a lot of people in Liberia and also outside Liberia, the rest of the world will be watching, all right, his governance, as to what he will do for the country and what he intends to do for the country. All right. So there are a few things that people expect of him, most especially for his first appointment, right? That has to do with defense, finance, foreign affairs, agriculture, and of course the state minister. With all of these being said, right, we actually expect for those who are going to be nominated or appointed by the ambassador to actually perform and do their best And as you may be aware, he has his platform called Arrest. And he talks about a lot of things in the arrest. He talks about a lot of things in the arrest. But before we go to them, let's look at the agriculture ministry. People have complained of the economy, right? People have complained of the economy, that the economy is not, it's not stable right now. It's not stabilized. Things are not working. All right. Inheriting another broken economy to be fixed for the next 6 years. Why does Liberians expect of the ambassador? To make a good governance, to have a good government, it starts with his first appointments. That's where you know that exactly this country is going to be running on a positive path, or it's not going to be serious at all. Beginning with the agriculture ministry. The agriculture minister that's going to be appointed, we want to know whether the agriculture minister is going to be a sitting agriculture minister or a ground agriculture minister. What do I mean by a sitting agriculture minister? A minister that's just going to be in office. You just be in office and you be giving commands, and you be a white collar agriculture minister. Or is the person going to be a ground agriculture minister? A ground agriculture minister is a person who's going to go to the soil to plant crops, to plant food that is going to sustain people, or to set an example for people to follow. The agricultural minister, is he or she going to be a ground minister or an office minister? Now, to the LACC, the person that's going to be appointed to the LACC, a very important and key issue should be a priority, a key area in government where people expect you to perform. If you are appointed there as an LACC boss, the declaration of assets. We all know the ambassador over the years declares assets, and he's willing to do it again. And those ministers that he's going to appoint are also willing to go, they're willing to do it. They're willing to declare their assets. So the LACC boss that is going to be appointed as well should have an integrity, should be a person that has the integrity, that has the requisite mind to perform such duty that he or she is going to be appointed to. Not when you're appointed and then you just go in office and then just sit. Because, like I said, the arrest is going to be in action. Right? The justice ministry. The justice minister. Now, Liberians have cried for justice for so long from the previous government. A lot of killings went on, a lot of issues, a lot of corruption, a whole lot went on with the previous government. Now, the justice minister that is going to be appointed during the regime of the president-elect Ambassador Joseph Newman Boakai, are they going to set precedents? Are they going to be the person? Is that person going to be the person that will be appointed to actually adhere to the law, to implement the law to the fullest, and not take a side, not compromise any issue? These are things we're looking at. The finance minister, a person that's going to play with our country's budget. If this person is appointed by the president, he or she will be the next person that the country will look up to. Not when you come because you want to be a playboy or a playgirl being appointed at the finance ministry. Being a finance person at finance ministry, a finance minister, you should be able to do the economy to your fingertip. You should be able to identify figures. You should be able to break down figures for the common person out there to know exactly what's happening with the economy, what is coming in and what is going out. Again, Liberians went to the poll, they voted overwhelmingly for this government that had been elected. And the president-elect Ambassador Joseph Newman Boakai have already assured Liberians that he's going to do his best right? He did not promise to say, okay, he will pay wax fees, he will do this, he will do that. This is why he has his platform called the arrest. The arrest is what he's going to work with. Now, implementing this arrest, people that he's going to be appointing to permanent positions, people that he's going to be appointing to areas where the public is going to be looking to, right? Are they going to perform to the expectation? Let's look at education under the arrest. The education minister, how are you going to structure the educational system of our country? What are those systems that you're going to put in place that's going to bring our educational system to a place that if a person is in school, they wouldn't think of leaving the school to go home, but they would rather want to be there because they want to acquire more. The state-run university, a few times people started complaining of chairs, broken chairs. They need chairs to sit, no chairs for people to sit. Are you going to be the education minister of such that's not going to implement such issues? The foreign affairs minister, if you're appointed, we don't know who, for now, we don't know who are those people, but we're trying to conscientize these people ahead of time that you will perform to the best of your ability. When you've gotten to that position, you should be able to perform to the expectation of the citizen, because electing the president and being appointed by the president, you all have a lot to do for the people. You all have a lot to do for the nation, and not just the nation, but the world is looking at you. Not just the nation, but the world is also looking at you. So the first five appointments by the president, these people are going to be the people that will tell the public, or the public will justify that, okay, yes, will testify and justify that these people are the people that we actually want to run this government. The mistake always comes from the first appointments. The first five appointments by the president. So if you people are appointed by the president, you should be able to perform exceedingly. You should be able to perform to the expectation of the people. The justice ministry, the finance ministry, the defense ministry.
People calling here in neck.
Will you guys be able to perform those taxes that are going to be given to you people? Working in line with arrest? That's the president's vision and mission to accomplish over the next 6 years. You came out, you told the people you're going to do your best, and the best is what they expect. A work without result is no work. If you will be in power at the end of the day, if you are given a position to perform at the public level, remember you are a public servant, and the public interest should be a priority for you. So let's see if we can join Figo. Figo is at the National Elections Commission. Let's see whether we can get him to give us and bring us up to speed of happenings right there at the at the National Elections Commission headquarters. Figo, how are you, sir? Yeah, so bring us up to speed. What's unfolding at NEC this afternoon?
I suppose many people, many Nigerians have been told that earlier or throughout or next in the weekend that today is being set for the pronouncement of the final result. So we are begun of the next headquarters to see how can we end the process. And so we are in the hall now, of course, various media outlets, social media platforms have staged up their budget and they are all set in order to carry out the final announcement of the 2023 presidential final results.
Okay, so how is it there? How is the atmosphere? I mean, the color of the area, like how are people turning out?
The one goes is only those who are accredited, meaning those that are having the passport. We can see that popularly as the accreditation card are allowed to be in this hall. But outside the rule, of course, the security, the joint security are taken as professional police. They are taken, we were saying the international observers are all here, the European Union and other international observers are in, and we are told that full time, the commissioners we come in to start, the process. So, on the ground, it's safe, nothing strange, as a normal national, international observers, you know, various media platforms or let's say institutions are all here to carry out the exercise.
Okay, so what have been the speculations around? I know you've heard some speculation so far about today's result. What are some of the speculations you've heard so far?
So, as I heard today, that is after the Thursday provision of also taken result that was on the 99.59%. And of course, in the evening, President George Weah considered the student and the congratulated the Unity Party standard here, Ambassador Joseph Ingoma. Of course, they are bringing this circulation that from the position that President Weah should have not done that, or whether to have, to have wait for the final result, which is expected to be at any moment from now, because the year, how much time is that was 4:23, and so here in 7 minutes, we expect the commission chair and other commissioners to be in to start the pronouncement.
Well, and the president, former President Joseph Ambassador George Manawian, sorry, have come up to congratulate the president-elect Joseph Newman Boakai. And with the pronouncement that will be done today, how do you think Liberians are going to feel, most especially people from his party?
Well, of course, uh, what what we can say here is that on the basis of the legality, meaning the election commission has that mandate to, to do the official pronouncement, and then based on that, Nigerians, decided what to listen to, to the message, when decided, and so there's no need of, on your part, having a different mind, but you know, based on the decision, what of course will be released to you.
Okay, Figo. So, any other updates you would like to give us before we take leave of you? Okay. Thanks for calling. Any updates? Just holler at us. We will get you through. Thank you. Okay, that's Figo Masale right there, one of our staff at the National Elections Commission. So, like I said, we hope to join our guys out there in the field, most especially from the NEC headquarters, to bring you live on screen on what will be happening out there, so that you can see, especially those who are out there in the diaspora, to watch exactly what will be happening at the National Elections Commission today, and also at the residence of the resident of the President-elect, Ambassador Joseph Newman Boakai. He will be giving a speech today. So, yeah, another person is posted there. They will join the live stream so that we can bring you up to speed happenings there as well. So, like I was saying, I told you that the appointments that will be made by the president, the first appointments, 5 appointments that will be made by the president, will determine whether his government is going to be a government of trust, reliability, a complement, and a whole lot. It will determine all of those things. So those are things that we actually wash up for the president-elect once he starts to appoint his government officials. Well, if you're just watching us, this is Punch Evening Ride right here on Punch 106.7. If you're listening, this is Punch 106.7. My name is Victor right here with you, and let's have some good time on this evening ride. Okay, of course, declaration of artists. Let's make this clear. We just got another news, right? We just got another news, of course, that one of the directors of the information ministry have looted his office. He took everything out from his office. He took everything out, right? The Ministry of Information Security record, it has been established that the minister, of course, David B. Collier, has removed 12 items from his office. And the 12 items includes one desk. Okay, let's see if we go to headquarters where Harris Wemh is posted to give us more happenings there.
Yeah, thank you, Victor, and thanks for joining me. I'm live from the headquarters of the National Elections Commission, like you rightly placed it. The electoral body is expected on today at 4:30 to announce the official results from the recently held November 14 runoff elections. If you may recall, a runoff election was scheduled sometimes of Tuesday of last week to decide the president for Liberia in the next 6 years. Yeah, after a highly contested first round, 20 presidential candidates contested the first round of elections. And so, based on the fact that neither of the 20 candidates obtained 50%.
Harris, are you there? Okay, so like I was saying, when we join Harris, we will actually bring him back once he, I guess it's network problem. Once he adjusts himself, we're gonna join him.
So a runoff election was scheduled. So this is where we are. The National Elections Commission is expected on today to announce that result. But what we can confirm the presence of some other international observers, dignitaries as well, gradually making a way. Earlier on, we witnessed the arrival of the British ambassador to Liberia, the Swedish representative as well, the United States government as well, and other international bodies. Yeah, it's also a gradual process. They are making a way. And so the European Union as well, observers from the European Union mission in Liberia as well, had arrived. And other local and international organizations, civil society organizations as well, gradually making a way. And so, if you may recall, last press conference held, the election body had called on the stakeholders, the media, local and international observers to be at the scene on today for the official results, even though there are some claims and counterclaims from the ruling establishment. During the last press conference held by the National Secretary General, just to highlight, they have said the outcome of the results from today will determine the next course of action from the CDC as a party, even to a point that the president, His Excellency George Manawi, has accepted the results at the earliest stage and congratulated the presumed winner, Ambassador Joseph Human Walker. Even at that point, the CDC is still convinced that there are some electoral malpractices allegedly, has been pointed out by the National Secretary General Jefferson Koji. And so the last press conference held, he had informed Liberians that the outcome of the elections results on today will determine the next course of action of the CDC. So one could say perhaps they are still confident that they could win the election. We don't know. And so that's why the National Elections Commission has invited everyone to be on the scene on today. It is already a minute after the scheduled time. That's 31 minutes after 4 o'clock. So we're going to make our way in the hall where the main event will be held. And I wait as to whether the process has commenced at this time or there will be a further delay. We don't know. We got to confirm that from in the main hall. Also, Victor,
Yeah,
this
but
is where we are.
Harris, before you go in, how is the momentum out there? How are citizens actually responding to today's, as today is the final pronouncement of results from the just ended runoff elections? Citizens
Well,
out there, how is the reaction from there?
Victor, I had a time to travel from the Iya Debbie Junction up to Nam Street, where the headquarters of the National Elections Commission is being stationed. It was somewhere around the 24th Street that I saw a few other supporters of the Unity Party were celebrating. Unlike that area, all
Mhm.
through our drive, the place is quiet, the city is calm. As if to say today is a normal day. That's how the environment is as we speak, with the presence of uh, the international observers, the media, civil society organizations, and political actors. I've not had the time to follow up to see the presence of auxiliaries of the different political parties or supporters. It was, I think, I saw at least two persons from the Unity Party because they were dressed up with their Unity Party attire, but they had on accreditation. They had accreditation tax, and so they made their way in the hall. Aside from that, I haven't seen the presence of other citizens, at the same very location. So if you would ask me, I will be able to tell you that it is just like a normal day in Liberia.
Okay. So, but that Liberians, like it seems like Liberians don't care because they feel like the
I,
person that they are choice
I,
has
I,
already
I,
been congratulated.
I wouldn't
So,
want to say they are not caring, but the fact that the president earlier on accepted the defeat. Let me say the race was between two persons. So when one man back off, obviously you know who is the winner. So
mm,
perhaps it could be one of the many reasons that have lowered the citizens' interest in the official result on today. I not been so. I perhaps one would say, but today you could see the momentum being up across the city. But if the president had considered the defeat already, and so everyone knows the outcome of the result. So it's just like a normal thing, Victor.
so can you make your way in there so we can know exactly, people that are viewing can know exactly what's happening in
Exactly.
there? I'm seeing people arriving. I guess these are international observers.
Definitely the eye. And I'm making my way in the hall. As you see, I'm climbing the stairs into the James Flomoyan Conference Hall, the National
Mhm.
Elections Commission headquarters, where the conference will be held. Let's get in there and see how the environment is like. And so we are already in the hall. The environment will be a kind of bit challenging, obviously. But you see, the far end, these are local and international observers. This side is being kept for them. And this where we are as a media tributary, the media, and so all of the folks you see from this end, they are media practitioners on this far end. So, yeah, the presence of the media is encouraging, as well as local, international observers. I want to look through to see perhaps I could recognize a few of them, but it's very challenging anyway. So this is all the stage has been set up, and awaiting the National Elections Commission. Madam Debated Brown Lassalle to make her way in the hall. But so far, none of the commissioners had arrived at this time. So you see from the far end there, all of the chairs are empty.
Hmm? Wait, he didn't want talking. Really? So the time is actually 4:36, and it's just 6 minutes past the real time, and none of the commissioners have
Yeah,
arrived.
of it, obviously, this is not strange. We media practitioners that usually cover the energy briefing. We are adapting gradually to this. If the process was to
But
continue
it's, it's
for
actually not a
the
good
next
practice.
5 or 6 days, come again?
It's not actually a good practice, as a matter of fact.
Definitely, it is not. But this is the kind of country we have. Usually, at times, the issue about timing has been a major problem in government, outside government, and by extension, even the private sectors. And someone would jokingly say, even our international guests as well, they are adapting to the culture of of being absent, especially on a scheduled time. And so this is not strange in a way. Even though, like you rightly said, it's not a good practice, but this is it for us.
Keeping people waiting, um, media practitioners, international observers, keeping them waiting at this time. You've not arrived. Uh, I mean, and
Yeah,
all the seats are empty.
yeah, it's not a good practice in a way, like you have mentioned. Unlike today, usually if the conference will be delayed for additional 5 or 10 minutes above the scheduled time, it will be communicated to the media and the international observers. Unlike that happening, for today is quite different. Uh, for today is quite different. We haven't received the news as to why the conference has been delayed at this time. So I can say exactly what are the reasons for the delay as per the scheduled time. But you see, all of the international observers are seated. Yep, I better we can confirm the arrival of the commissioner, Madam
Okay.
Deviator
Yeah. I
Ambassador.
see. I see her there coming, walking in a black dress.
Yeah, you see her from the far end. She's
Yep.
moving on to take her seat.
Yep.
There's Commissioner Tapa Reeves as well. And other commissioners are making our way. They are making our way gradually. And so we can confirm the presence of all of the commissioners. Yep, we can confirm the presence of all of the commissioners.
So
Yep.
I mean, like, why would all of them arrive at the same time? We're gonna be in one room or they be watching you.
I wish I had answered to that question, Victor. But I I don't know the reason why all of them decided to do so. But yeah, like in previous times, all of them will be seated, and the commissioner will be the last person to enter and kickstart the press conference. But on today, perhaps the protocol change. You don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. We never know.
So this is what we are. Any moment from now, this conference will be called to order.
Before we start, let's join Jeff to do a build up for us. He's live from the National Elections Commission. Before we before the pronouncement starts. Let's join Jeff.
Yeah, Peter, thank you. At the residence of the president-elect, Ambassador Joseph Yuma Walker, there are different groups of people here, individual citizens, and of course, I'm reading on a banner here that says Rescue Children for City Ordinance for GNB and JKK volunteers groups. And this is one of the splinter groupings that are here. Anxiously awaiting the outcome of the by the chairperson of the so you see is you see some folks here and is gradually coming so here and wait
Jeff,
for
you're actually
other
coming. You're actually coming in
results. Yeah.
broken. So you're actually coming in broken, Jeff. Okay, let's go over to the NEC headquarters.
So let me position. Let me change. Let me change my position. Let me change my position. Are you getting much right now? Are you getting much?
Fellow Nigerians, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to the headquarters of the National Elections Commission and to the Commission's daily press briefing for the purpose of announcing results of the presidential runoff election.
Just switching up.
The National Elections Commission informs you that today announced
All right. Yeah.
November 2023 presidential runoff.
Then people are going to go and feed these things and the internet money. Yes.
We can inform you that the rerun polling place number district number 9 in Wemh County was held on Saturday, 18 November from 8 in the morning. County tally was completed and the results were transmitted to the Head Data Center for Collation. Following is the tally result of polling place 4, district number 9 in Wemh County, and the overall result of Wemh County. Members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, now welcome Commissioner Ernestine Our.
Good evening. As indicated by the chair, we'll be reading the consolidated report from my county and also the returns for the voting precinct 3, 0, Army Elementary and Junior High School, Gray Township, Wemh County. 2023 runoff president and vice president's results. Candidates: Workout Joseph N. UP. Votes obtained 53. We have Josh Malik, CDC. Votes obtained 4. Total valid votes 57. Total invalid votes 0. Total of valid and invalid votes 57. We proceed with the consolidated final tally report for Wemh County, President and Vice President. Today, Monday, November 20th, 2023. 736 polling places of the total of 736 polling places, constituting 100%. Candidates: Workout Joseph N. UP. Votes obtained 144,646, constituting the valid votes of 74.14%. George We have money, CDC.
Oh, oh. Okay, so we do apologize. We're gonna rejoin our we're gonna rejoin Harris out there so that we can get uh what's to know what's unfolding from the National Elections Commission. Okay. Let's see what's happening. Let's see what's happening.